So, you gave yourself some space. Now what? Let me share this with you the way I would with someone I trust. Someone thoughtful, capable, and low-key tired. There was a season of deliberate rest. Not the kind of rest that comes from exhaustion alone, but the kind that follows intensity, where the mind has done enough processing and the body has finally been allowed to exhale. This person has stepped away from noise, from decisions, from urgency. Their days were simpler, their thoughts quieter. They had accepted the value of pausing without guilt, how to recover without collapsing. And in many ways, this stillness was called for. Yet something subtle lingered beneath the calm. A sense that rest had done its job and was quietly signaling that it was no longer meant to be permanent, if ever. For self-regulation isn't only about stopping, it is also about knowing when to resume the moves. What they began to desire wasn't more effort or more work. It was balance. They noticed how giving and receiving had fallen out of rhythm. They had either been the one holding space for others or retreating completely to conserve energy. What they longed for now was a more natural exchange, where contribution felt mutual, where effort did not feel stifled but circulated. Oh, by the way, like, comment, subscribe. Thanks bunches. Anyway, they started to wonder, what would it feel like to engage again, not from stock though, but from overflow? And what would it be like to collaborate with life, with others, with purpose, rather than carrying everything alone? This curiosity invited participation, not pressure, not obligation, just a gentle interest in shared flow. And that is when things got complicated, because hope entered the picture. Now, hope can be a beautiful thing, but it can also be destabilizing when the system isn't ready to hold it. They could see what was possible. They could imagine a future that felt lighter, more aligned, yet the gap between where they were and what they envisioned felt vast. The challenge wasn't lack of faith. Rather, it was too much faith too soon. Now hear me out. Their nervous system struggled to reconcile quiet recovery with expansive possibility. Every inspired thought came with a spike of energy. Every dream threatened to pull them out of regulation and back into striving. They wondered if staying calm meant giving up on vision, or if believing again meant risking overwhelm. This is a common moment, rarely spoken about though, because optimism, when ungrounded, can feel just as dysregulating as stress. If hope has been pulling you forward faster than your body can follow, stay with me, This is where regulation learns how to move. You're going to like this. Now, the shift came not through force, but through orientation. Instead of asking, how do I make this happen? They asked, where does my energy naturally want to go next? They did not leap, they looked. They considered options without committing. They explored possibilities without urgency. They allowed imagination to stretch while keeping their feet firmly planted. This was a recalibration of will. They received that direction does not require immediate action. Sometimes it requires perspective, standing at the edge of readiness, surveying what is available, and choosing with intention rather than impulse. Slowly, something remarkable happened. The body stayed calm, while the mind regained vision. Moving on no longer felt like a threat to stability. It felt like a continuation of care. And from this systemized stance, confidence returned, but it was different now. It was not reactive or performative. It was embodied. They began to show up again, not everywhere, not for everyone, but where their presence genuinely mattered. Their energy was warm, creative, expressive. It did not wait for approval to move. It did not try to prove readiness. They trusted their timing. They allowed themselves to be seen again, to contribute, to lead in ways that felt natural and energizing rather than laborious. Their spark was not consuming, it was sustaining. This is what happens when self-regulation integrates with expression. You never lose your fire. You are its steward or stewardess. So if you find yourself resting longer than expected, or dreaming more than acting, or sensing that something wants to begin but not yet sprint, know this: you are not behind. You are not blocked. You are adjusting in order to move deeper into partnership status with your body, with your energy, with your world. Calm does not cancel ambition. It refines it. And when movement returns from this place, it carries clarity, confidence, and a quiet joy that lasts. So let this be your reminder. It's not about rushing the course of your way. Your flow is already flowing.